Hi, this is Mato. Welcome to my online chess lecture. In this video I will show you a game between Maxime Vachier-Lagrave and Jan-Krzysztof Duda. This is a tie-break game from the World Blitz Championship 2021. MVL had white pieces and he started with e4. Duda played e5, knight to f3, knight to c6, bishop to b5, the Spanish game. Asking a question, bishop to a4, knight to f6, castling bishop to e7, white to move. MVL played the modest d3. b5, bishop to b3, d6, a3, castling knight to c3, knight to b8 on the way to d7. Bishop to d2, knight from b to d7, a4, b4, knight to d5, a5, c3, b takes on c3, perhaps b takes on c3 was expected, bishop takes on c3 was played, knight to c5, knight takes on f6 check, bishop takes knight, bishop to d5 attacking the rook, rook to a7, queen to c2, bishop to g4, d4, e takes on d4. How about taking the knight? Is this a good move? Then d takes on c5. Back to our game. E takes on d4, knight takes on d4, bishop to d7, knight to b5, bishop takes knight, pawn takes bishop, bishop takes on c3, queen takes on c3. White stands better. a4, queen to e3, black to move, queen to b8. Let's play a random move. What happens then? Then b4 and white wins. Back to our game. Queen to b8 defending the rook. Bishop to c6, queen to b6. Rook from a to d1, rook to b8. e5, knight to e6. Queen takes queen, rook takes queen, e takes on d6, c takes on d6, rook takes on d6. White stands better. a3, b takes on a3, rook takes pawn on a3, g3, g6, rook to d7, invasion on the 7th rank. White stands much better now. Rook to b8, rook to b1. Rook to c3, rook to a1, knight to d8, bishop to d5, king to f8, rook from a to a7. Black is almost lost. Rook to d3, king to g2, king to g7, bishop to c4, rook takes rook, rook takes rook, king to f6, b6, knight to e6. Well, if rook takes on b6, rook takes knight. Knight to e6, b7, g5, bishop takes knight, king takes bishop, rook to c7, h5. If king goes to d6, rook takes on f7. h5, king to f3, f5, h4, king to d6, rook to h7, g takes on h4, g takes on h4, king to e5, white to move, king to e3, Zugzwang, rook to d8, if king goes to f6, then king to f4, rook to d8 was played, rook takes on h5, king to d5, and this is where the game ended. A possible continuation is rook takes on f5 check, king to e6, rook to b5, rook to b8, king to e4, king to d6, h5, king to c6, rook to b1, rook to e8 check, king to f5, rook to f8 check, king to g6, rook to g8 check, king to f7, rook to b8, h6, rook takes pawn, check, rook takes rook, king takes rook, h7, and I guess we can stop here. Congratulations to MVL on winning the World Blitz Championship 2021. What do you think of this game? And that is all. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I wish you good luck with your chess, and bye for now.